me see from the highest height. What good are wings if I'm afraid to fly? All of the tremors that I have inside got me scared. Will you be there? Lose you.
It's a very, very big day today.
So, why don't you come with me?
Lose you.
There is a real nip in the air these days. I don't know what is happening with this weather. It's very confusing. In we go. We're going all the way up.
All the way up, my
All the
darling.
way up. I'll tell you what, I've also started exercising for the first time in a few weeks and it hurts like heck. But in case you, like me, have been putting it off, here's your sign. Go and do some exercise. But here we are. I don't want to get bricks on my head, so let's stand over here and see what the guys are up to. They are starting to lay the cement beams and the, concrete beams. Gosh, will I ever get that right? They're starting to lay the concrete beams and the red air bricks for our final concrete pour, which is on the roof of the house. It's our ceiling. We're getting a concrete ceiling, which I find a little bit confusing because I've always just had ceiling boards. But anyway, that's what we're doing.
All right, let me take over from here. Because
I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
As you might be able to know.
This is our upstairs right here, and that is our upstairs ceiling. It's not as high as the ceiling that we've got downstairs, but that's okay because these are bedrooms. The plan is, as we've said before, to have 4 ensuite bedrooms on this floor. That bedroom down there is at a slightly lower level than the other 3 that are at the front of the house here, and all 3 of these bedrooms at the front of the house will look out over that wonderful view right there. Today, what we're doing is we're putting in these concrete beams that are reinforced with steel rods, 3 steel rods in each concrete beam. We're putting them all into place, and then we're dropping, for the last time on this build, red air blocks into place between those beams so that we can do a concrete pour perhaps later this week or early next week, and that will basically finish off the concrete for this build. There will be no more concrete pouring, no more lifting heavy buckets of concrete or mixing concrete for the slabs or for columns or for anything like this. That's it, finished. After that, we'll be putting a roof on top. My understanding is, as we are now, it will be made out of wood and OBS boards. And then kind of similarly how we put the roof on the extension, the wooden extension over there, we'll be putting a waterproof membrane over the top of the boards, and then on top of that we'll be putting terracotta tiles. So that's the next plan. Probably before that we're going to be looking at getting some really rather fancy pieces of stone that have been cut into a very beautiful shape to go all the way round the underside of the roof, and I'm not sure whether that's going to happen before the concrete pour or after. We'll see. I know that that's a very imminent project for the build.
We also had Eduardo here yesterday, our architect and engineer on the project, and we were talking to him about timelines and what are they going to be, because we've had a few questions from you guys about when are you going to be moving in, what is the timeline of the project, how long are we looking at. It's quite complex because there's all sorts of things at play. You guys know from previous episodes that we've been having a bit of trouble getting loans from the bank so that we can keep this moving really quickly. So you might have to slow down a little bit, but the ambition is to have the roof on before the winter. That's the ambition of everybody that's here. So this is a really, really key next step. It's going to be amazing to be able to stand in our bedroom space with a sealed level above us, like a roof above us. It's going to feel amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we'll be quite a lot further along the journey than just having a roof on by the winter.
All right, well,
I'm confident of that.
Let's see. There's all sorts of stuff going on, and I also wanted to address the bedroom layout, because it is to have 4 ensuite bedrooms up here is quite, well, it's very luxurious. It's very kind of, usually a house has 1 ensuite bedroom, not 4. And we made the decision a couple of weeks ago to make the utility room downstairs, instead of a utility room, a 5th bedroom. And that's because we've got a few things going on in the background of our life that we haven't got clarity on just yet. So we'll share it with you as soon as we do. But things are kind of shifting around in the background. And It means that the role that this house is going to play in our world, including you guys, could be a little bit different from what we expected initially. It's very exciting and we can't wait to share more because it might give you guys an opportunity to do something that you might not have expected. More about that soon. Anyway, for now, this is an exciting day and we're getting a roof over our bedrooms. Can't wait.
I'm going to go and finish off those stairs just real quick, darling. And I think it'll take a couple of hours. We're going to grout, Joao's here, I'm going to grout them with Joao. And then afterwards, when there's a few more blocks up there, I think I'm going to get up and I'm going to start helping the guys put some blocks down. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
There you go. That's where the guys are working today. There's the path that John has been digging out, and Joao's just been collecting a few of those leftover granite slabs from around the farm so that they can get started with the path while they wait for the next delivery. So that'll be nice.
Good,
and
Joao.
grout the tiles. We are going to stay up here, everybody, and watch these guys put some bricks in for a little bit. And then I've got another little project I'm going to take you down to the biopool for when it gets a bit warmer. So the other day we had a bill through the post from the water company for, I think, what was it? I'll double check, but I think it's like 13 euros for 6 weeks of water. Now, in the past, our water bill's been a lot higher than that, and that is an extraordinary water bill when you consider that we have used so much water from our off-grid water source to pour the concrete on these slabs and to create the concrete. The guys have literally had that water running all day, making concrete, cleaning the cement mixer. Like, it's just been really, really full on for water. So we were just expecting, well, we weren't expecting a high water, but we hadn't really given it much thought because it's all coming from our off-grid source. But we were kind of thinking, oh gosh, it might be a bit dicey for water this year because we've had to use so much. Thing is though, Portugal received 143% more rain this April than it did last April. It literally hasn't stopped raining. So it's quite incredible to think that we've been able to do that. You know, in some ways it's been really hard to live in such a small space with the 2 boys and a dog without the outdoors to go and play in because it's pouring with rain. But on the other hand, it's saved us a ton of money because we've been able to use the water that's coming from the sky to build our house. That's the dream, right? So every cloud and silver linings and all that jazz. Speaking of water, allow me to semi-move into this house and indulge in a little bit of future dreaming, and at the same time say a massive thank you to Waterdrop for being the paid partner of this episode. We've been using Waterdrop filters since we arrived in Portugal, with our below sink systems installed in our kitchen and an entire house filter fitted in the stone house. Now, if you're on the hunt for an easy way to get filtered, safe water into your life, then let me help you figure out which of Waterdrop's countertop filter units might be the best fit for you. So each of them are going to play a role in this new house because they've all got really unique features. This is our newest arrival, the K19H, and it dispenses hot water in just 3 seconds. 95 degrees, unlock it, which is great for the kids, and get myself a cup of tea. This is ideal for a general family use or in a single apartment. Not only does it give you hot water in a super speedy time, it also has a 6-stage filtration system and has a very low waste-water ratio. So it's just going to be absolutely ideal to have up here. But come with me and I will introduce you to the A1. Now, this is the biggest of the options, the A1, and we would probably have it down here in the living space because it'll be able to cater for a lot of different people. This dispenses both hot and cold water, has a 7-stage filtration system, and an especially low waste-water ratio of 2:1. So this would be perfect for a big family or in an office. And then lastly is probably my personal favourite because of its size. Come and have a look at this badger. This is the CH1 filter, and it's perfect for small spaces and countertops. We usually have it in the tiny house in the office, but I'm imagining that it could be really nice in here. What will become our disabled access bedroom. This is where anybody who's got limited mobility will stay, and it's really important that they've got access to good drinking water. Takes up absolutely no space, and this one is for people who live in single apartments, and it's very budget friendly. Has the same 6-stage filtration system, a very low waste-water ratio, and is just super duper efficient. Safe drinking water is so important. If you would like to get your hands on one of these filters, I'll pop all the links down in the description below this video. Now, should we go and lay some bricks? The other thing that happened yesterday is that we got another delivery of stone, which is such good news. You can just see it down here. So the guys can carry on with the stonework as soon as this section is done. Do you know, there's so much that goes into building a house like this. So many tiny decisions that we need to make. And they're not tiny, they're also, you know, they're massive. So yesterday we were having lots of discussions with Eduardo about the cornicing, is what John was talking about, those fancy stones. The cornicing that goes underneath the top of the roof, that needs to be decided now, because I think as the slab is poured, the cornicing needs to be put into place. The other thing that we were talking to Eduardo about is our bay window. And here's our lovely new staircase. Down here, we come back into the main living area of the house. So the plan is to have a beautiful kind of snug bay window here. And I'm going to ask you to use your imaginations a bit, because the knock garage is not going to be there. We've got these two beautiful trees, and actually I'm just going to put it on wide angle quickly so that you can see it better. So big bay window, it's kind of going to be like a reading nook sort of thing. And the knock garage is going to be gone. So from here, you should almost be able to see the biopool, which is down there on that terrace, just below us. And there's my veggie garden through there. Once the knock garage is gone, there's a chance, if we do a little bit of branch clearing, that we'll be able to sit on this bay window, reading a book and looking all the way through to the biopool. How amazing would that be? Now, the guys have just knocked off for their morning tea, so it's going to go nice and quiet for a second. But the interesting thing about our conversation with Eduardo yesterday is he was like, we don't do this in Portugal. A bay window is a very English thing. It's not something that we've built before on a Portuguese house. So he was asking us about how we wanted the roof to be and what we wanted the structure to be made of. So I think what we're going to do is stone up till kind of windowsill height, and then the rest of the bay window is going to be built in wood, obviously with the windows, and it's going to be a wraparound window, obviously all the way around, with a beautiful exposed wooden roof over the top of it. I think it's going to be one of my favourite parts of the house. And from there, it'll lead on into this space, which is going to be our kind of living room. Lots of like beautiful big comfy sofas, enjoying these views. We're going to have big windows and sliding doors throughout the whole front and side of the house so that we can make the most of these gorgeous views. And then a dining room in the middle there before we get to the kitchen. Right, before we get back onto the build site, let's see how these two... Oh, there's no one here. Oh no, they are here. Let's see how they're doing with that path and those steps. Hello, chaps. How are we doing?
Hello, darling.
Having fun?
Yeah, good. Hey.
Ah, now I know why my new dish sponge was taken out of the cupboard.
Sorry, darling.
Oh, that's not a very happy face, Joao. You cheeky boys. What are you doing, grouting?
Yesterday evening I basically put a whole bunch of sealer onto these tiles, and now we're putting the cement into the gaps and really just hoping that that sealer keeps the cement off of the tiles enough so that when it starts to dry we can clean it properly. Yeah, it's beautiful. My hope is that we can put this cement in between the gaps. It's just normal sand cement. At the moment I think maybe the sand we're using is a little bit too gritty. Maybe we should have got a finer sand. Let's see. But anyway, it starts to go together.
Notice this, everybody, there's a fair bit of Newbys merch kicking about in space today.
Is there?
Joel's representing.
You are well done, dude. Love it.
And my t-shirt.
How are the fellas getting on?
Yeah, they're good. They are still on that same section, laying red bricks. That's good. So this is how far the guys got with the stonework yesterday around the front. So they're almost at this corner, and I think when they stop pouring the slab, they'll pour the concrete in there to make the foundation. But look how beautiful that is. Isn't it amazing? Let's back up a little bit, see if I can get you guys a better view. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I'm not entirely sure what that is. John says it was Adam, who's our site foreman, not a bunch of delinquent youths on site last night graffitiing our new build. So yeah, I have no idea what that is, but we were talking to Eduardo yesterday about them starting those arches. There's going to be those 3 beautiful stone arches here at the front of the covered veranda. Hopefully that stonework will start fairly soon, because that's going to be very, very special to watch. Something I've got really conscious of recently, because you guys keep commenting on it, is that the house looks enormous on the videos. Now, something that has been really apparent since we got to Portugal, when friends and family come and visit, they always say, oh my gosh, it looks so much bigger online than it is in real life. When Brady and Heather came recently from Raising Voyagers, Brady stood in our kitchen and he was like, guys, you have no idea how much bigger this looked on YouTube than it is actually in real life. So bear in mind that yes, this is a big house, but it's not an enormous monstrosity of a house. It looks so much bigger on your screens than it is in real life, and it's going to make the most of these beautiful views in this location, but it's not an overkill, I promise. Right, Marcus just switched off the generator, which means it's lunchtime. We'll come back after lunch and see how they're doing.
Joao at the moment is cutting the grass because we're getting a lot of ticks in that longer grass, and Obi likes to pick up a tick. Let's go and have a look upstairs. Come on then, darling, up we go.
We're going up? Oh gosh, really?
Everybody, Tara's going to climb on a ladder.
I hate ladders. I really, really, really hate ladders.
You ready?
Yeah?
Come on then.
As I'll ever be. Yeah,
what?
I love you. I can't move.
All right, my darling, you are higher than our house.
That's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so this area...
I did really want to see the views from here, but I actually can't move.
Well, let me give you a hand.
Oh, look at that. And they say chivalry is dead. You can't put that in there because it doesn't fit. Oh, Obi, sorry, buddy. Okay, yeah, I'm coming. I'm going to be brave. No, I'm fine, love. You don't need to do this. I'm fine.
Okay, Daniel just brought me the crowbar over. That's pretty handy. We're going to need to just pull that block up and push it across a little bit.
He's coming. Daniel's coming.
Show me, Daniel. Show me. Susie.
Ah, dear. We have the most patient build team ever. You started a riot, Tony.
Isn't it? Look,
So
we
we got everybody. Site foreman, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus. Kaput. There we go. Double.
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 Yay!
Very good. I like it.
Desculpa. Obrigada.
Let's see what we got now.
Here we go, love. I need
Thank you, Daniel. Obrigado, Daniel. Wow, look at that.
I can't see it.
Works with Crusoe. Crusoe's like, what, Dad, what?
I'm on my way.
All right.
Okay, I'm up. It's a good view. I'm standing here next to these blocks and I'm not going anywhere.
See?
Are you sure this is strong?
Dois.
Now,
Okay.
okay. See,
Okay.
see, okay. So stand between the blocks, I think. See?
Okay.
Yeah. Adam, aqui melhor, see?
Sim.
To walk.
Sim, sim, mais seguro. mas
It's melhor.
Por assim também tá bom.
See, okay.
Good.
Okay, obrigada. It is a great view from up here. I'm going to stand on these concrete beams. I don't know why. As soon as you get to like a high place, your balance just goes off, isn't it? It is beautiful up here. Look at it, it's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, this is amazing.
So this is our loft.
This is our loft.
And it will be a loft, I think, because we've put a lot. We've asked to be able to put a loft hatch into the ceiling of this floor. It's a huge space up here. We're going to have these wonderful high loft space.
Yeah, we don't need more space, darling.
No, we don't need more space.
What was really funny is yesterday when he was here, he said to John, what is this thing with you wanting to make space everywhere? Like everywhere that there's a space. Like you wanted to go beneath the house, now you want space in the ceiling. He said, is that a cultural thing? That you need space? If there's a space, it needs to have a purpose. Like,
I said
you can't just have an empty void. It must have a purpose. You can't just have a roof space. It's got to have it's got to be able to put stuff in it.
I said to Eduardo, I'm from England. There isn't very much space in England anymore. It's full up. Wonderful. Anyway.
Yeah, apparently it's a cultural thing. Portuguese don't have lofts. Things you learn. Or bay windows. Lofts and bay windows.
Lofts and bay windows.
Lofts and bay windows. You know, we've had, on a completely separate note, we've had notifications to say that the print proof of my book, my children's book called The Tree That Moved, is on its way. It's out for delivery. So I keep looking up the driveway. Every noise I hear, I'm like, oh my gosh, is it coming? Is it coming? Is it coming? Deliveries are not very reliable here, which is an absolute pain. Hopefully, the print proof of my book is about to drive down the driveway at any point this afternoon, and I'll be able to share it with you guys, and you guys will be able to order it. Fingers crossed.
Call to the mountain, sitting across the bay. Morning comes always steadier than yesterday. I'll take the stillness as a sign to write a song about things we've done and the things still to come. Flowers in the plenty, colouring in the view. Red sunburns late Sunday afternoon. Talking for hours about the places we have gone and things we've done and the things still to come.
What you got there then, love?
It says on it The tree that moved.
No ways. I thought you were just being silly.
No. Wrong way up.
Look at it! Darling, I wrote a book!
You did it. Well done, you. Go and give that back to
There,
your
for
brother.
those of you who had your pictures included, there they are in the front cover and in the back cover. I love it. Special book that Mummy wrote about you and Crusoe and moving the olive trees onto the farm. Look, who's that? Who's that? It's Obi. And who's that? Sawyer. And who's that? And who's that? That is Joao the Genet, named after Joao. You want to read it? Oh, these are beautiful. Darling, I'm so excited. What do you think?
Looks great.
You want to count the diggers? I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on it. You can pre-order the hard copy special edition, which I will sign. It'll come with probably something a little bit extra as a thank you to you guys. All of the details you need to know are in the description below this video so that you can place your order for one. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't believe this is real. I can't believe this is real. Often it's when you do the things that scare you that you find magic. Two brothers and their digger friend set out to rescue an ancient olive tree lost in the forest. After standing in the same spot for 150 years, moving feels a little scary for a tree. But with a little bravery and a lot of help from her friends, they show her that anything is possible.
Mommy, I want to read a book.
Okie dokie, let's read the book.